Today we're doing a holiday makeup look. I know if it feels early, but I want to be sure that you guys can see the products that you might need for an upcoming event. So say hey when you're hopping on. We're going to do an OFIR live today, and they're going to be giving away a quadratic palette. So I'm going to show you what these are. How cute, how cute. There's several different options. Hi, Stephanie. Oh, look at this one. Are those colors not so gorgeous? Okay. It's so weird. I can't see if anyone is on with me today. So we're going to hope somebody, I did see one thing, it said Stephanie was watching. Other than that, I can't see anything. All right, so we're going to get started. Their code is secret for their secret sale that they have happening now. 20% off site-wide. So OFIR doesn't typically do big sales. So the fact that you can get 20% off site-wide with one code, the code is secret. I'm going to pin that in the description of this video. So if you share this video, comment shared below, and I'm going to pin it. Okay, here we go. All right, so we are going to get started with our dewy primer. I love this. I love the way that it makes my makeup sit on my skin. So what a primer does is it gives your makeup something to sit on, right? Hi everyone, OFIR is here. So share this video, comment, share below. Tag a friend and share. All right, so dewy primer. They also have a matte primer. So if your skin is normal to oily, then I would do, or if your skin's more oily, I would do the matte. If you like the look of like a really hydrated, dewy foundation, then you're gonna love this. Okay. Then we're gonna go in with Cardamom foundation. Full coverage foundation, I use about a pump and a half. I have found with this product, like less is best. So instead of using a ton and smearing it around, start with like one pump and see how it is on your face for the coverage that you like. Hi, welcome back to a holiday glam. Do you guys have any holiday parties that you're gonna go to? Thanksgiving, Christmas stuff? Like, it's hard to believe that it's already time to be thinking of that. So unbelievable. So a cool thing about OFIR, I don't know if you know this, but their makeup is infused with skincare. So not only are you putting this on your face and you look pretty for the day, but it's going to help your skin be tighter, have more collagen and elasticity, and it actually has skincare in your foundation. So this is the Skin Satin Foundation. I used the shade Cardamom today. I'll show you this dress that I got from Amazon. It's seriously, because that's what we're gonna base our makeup off of. So little tip, like I'm gonna use this golden color and some browns today from the Perennial palette. If you've never tried the Perennial palette, it is one of the best palettes I've ever used in my life. Like, it is so pigmented. So what I like to do whenever I am like, I didn't zip my boots, hang on. Whenever I am picking out like what makeup am I gonna wear, then I will, whoop, much better. There you go. Then I'll look at my outfit and I'll try and pick tones that I'm gonna wear. So used to, I don't know why, I never did this before, but a long time ago, before I did makeup tutorials, before I did all the things, I would just be like, okay, I guess I'm gonna do my makeup like this today. For years now, I have, choked on spit. For years now, I have started where I get ready first, or I know what I'm going to wear. If you wanna get ready in a robe, whatever. And I will coordinate my makeup to match my outfit. It just looks like way more polished that way when you do that. Also, if I'm doing a bold eye, I will do a more neutral lip. If I'm doing a really bold lip, I will do a very simple eye look. That is kind of like my thing. That way you don't look like too much, because I do love bold looks. Don't get me wrong, I like a good bold look, but to where it's not too much. Okay, since we are going to do a bolder look today, I'm going in with a concealer. So a little bit of OFIR's Perfected Concealer in a lighter shade. You'll want to go 2 to 3 shades lighter than your skin tone. And this is just to brighten up your under eye, because when we contour, it's going to give you a more glam look having a brightened under eye. So I got this dress and it has shoulder pads. I have not worn a dress with shoulder pads before, and I am in love with it. I steamed it, but I need to steam a little more here. So just ignore if it's still kind of damp or if it has wrinkles, but like, look how snatched. Like, it is a super flattering dress, and the split is like below the knee. So I don't feel like, for anyone, if you're like worried about showing too much leg or anything, like, this is an incredibly modest dress, but it looks so cute on. I was like, I need to try this on before I like steam it, but I don't know. Yeah, shoulder pads, new thing, right? Thanks. Somebody at OFIR is being so sweet to me today. So OFIR is doing a giveaway for this. So what you're going to do is you're going to comment shared, share the video, comment shared, and they're going to pick a winner for a quadratic palette. Okay, so if you've not used OFIR setting powder before, I want you to see, like, look how smooth and young the setting powder does. I'm using the shade medium. It's just gonna smooth out those lines. I also use a little bit of the setting powder on my T-zone. So forehead, down my nose, right where I get a little sweaty, because I do get upper lip moisture. But I kind of leave everywhere else pretty dewy. Those areas I just don't want to get, like, I don't want to be walking around with some upper lip sweat. So this really helps the shininess around the corners of your nose and everything. Okay, we're going to go in with bronzer. You loved shoulder pads in the 80s. So fun that they're coming back. It's my first shoulder pad thing, and I'm like, what else can I get with shoulder pads? Like, I want big jumbo puff sleeves for like everything. I'm loving the trend. Okay, so we're going in with some bronzer. And I like to contour right below and on my cheekbone, just for a nice little lift. A good way too is if you look at like the top of your ear here and come down towards the corner of your mouth. Thanks for sharing. Just like that. I do take a little bit and I'll go down my jawline. It's gonna give me a little more prominent jaw. Be sure it's blended out so you don't look like a 5 o'clock shadow. You look like a, you know, nice and sharp jawline. And then I do some under my chin. And that's gonna give me a shadow under my chin instead of my chin. Little hack. Ooh, the base looks airbrushed. Yay! So I get questions from strangers when I go out or from a restaurant or different things. Like, OFIR does give you like an airbrushed look without being airbrushed. So I have no filter on. This is just my skin in real life. I'm 34, if that helps for reference. I have 4 kids. I am not a makeup artist. I have never gone to school to do hair, nothing. I'm just like, just mom who has had fun playing in makeup like her whole life. And so, just going down the edge. But the products are so good. But I will have people ask, like, do you airbrush, like, do you use airbrush makeup? And like, no, I don't even know how to use airbrush makeup, but the products that I use, I'm like, you have to try this thing called OFIR. Like, you've got to try it. It will give you the look of like airbrushed makeup. And that's from people who don't know that I like do this. You broke the hinge on your bronzer, but you duct taped the hinge and it works perfectly. You're my cat. Veda got into one of my pressed primer or my pressed powder. It's not this one. I'll have to show you what it looks like. She clawed it. Like clawed my pressed powder, and it's so good. I'm like the exact same way. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not getting rid of this. Like, this is the best bronzer I've ever used. Like, we're just gonna duct tape it. Where I'm using this like clawed out setting powder, and Veda's my 2-year-old, and I'm like, well, I'm not getting rid of it. Like, I'll just do it until it just, you know. But so funny. So I just like to take my foundation brush and kind of buff out my edges so that you can't really tell exactly where it started or where it ended. If you do want like a really sharp line, obviously just don't blend as much. So, just get my contour the way I like it, which is I don't want it to be too wide at the bridge of my nose. So technically the bridge of my nose is that wide. That's why the internet's crazy. So this is my nose, okay? But because I contoured, I put 2 lines going down right here, not at the edges of my nose, right? Because I broke my nose in 6th grade. I do have a very wide bridge nose, and it's actually kind of crooked. If you look when I'm doing this, you can tell this side's bigger, which is my left side, but you probably see it as your right. Okay, so it doesn't really even matter. I learned, so people ask me all the time, who did your nose job? Never had a nose job. Nothing against it if you've had one, or just I'm like, and then I've had followers accuse me of lying. They're like, but what happened is I used to have tiny, tiny lips. I do get lip filler. I don't get nearly as much as I have before because I've gotten too much before. So I had them all dissolved, and I have a little bit of lip filler right now. Well, I have very large eyes and I have a wide nose. Okay. And then, so my lips are itty bitty. So that's like kind of balance the symmetry of my face. But because I've learned to contour and I put that 2 lines of bronzer right there, it makes the bridge of my nose look much slimmer than what it actually is. So you can kind of play with shadows and change shapes of your face. Like I could make my nose like a little more pointed. I'm going to show you. This is kind of fun. Okay, so I'll take this and like you can change even the shape of your nose a little bit. So this is kind of my shape of my nose that I like. But you take it, and I don't use a ton because you're not going to use a ton, but the smaller the brush, the more defined that line is, right? And so I just go down here, just like that. So that's what I typically will do. And then if you want your nose to look a little smaller at the front, you can go like this. You could also change and put a little on the tip here. And now all of a sudden, it'll be much smaller. Give me a second. Anyways, I never knew about this. So I went my whole younger life feeling like my nose is, I do. It's just a wider nose. I can't help it. When I was in 6th grade, I was on the playground and a guy kicked a soccer ball and said, "Courtney," like I guess to watch out, like watch out. And so I turned around and it hit me smack in the face. It broke my nose, but the saddest part was I had saved up 3 report card monies. My grandparents used to give me report card money, and I saved up 3 rounds to buy a pair of white holster flare low-rise jeans. And I busted my nose and it got blood all over and it ruined my pants. So in addition to breaking my nose, which was also tragic, it ruined my favorite pants and that I had been saving for. This was, how old would I have been? 11, 12 years old. Anywho, but so when I learned like that you can do that to your face, so now when I'm like this, My nose looks like I have a small nose. Anyways, bronzer, power of shadows. You can do the same thing with your lip. Are you ready? Put a little bit of your bronzer. This is just an eyeshadow brush. Under your lip, just like that. And then a little right here. Now I have much fuller lips. And then I just take like my foundation brush and I barely like lightly go over where I put it, just so it blends. But they're like little detail, like little things that I had no idea you could do. Same thing with like going over your jawline. Like there's just little tips, like hack. Like, well, why not? Like, not saying it'll fix all problems, but my goodness, it sure makes me feel better. And I like it. Okay, by putting a little bit of blush higher up on your cheek. Today we're going to use the Apricot blush by OFIR. It's so beautiful. But again, this is going to give your face like a little more lifted look. Okay, so share this video, comment, share below. I know I kind of gotten off on talking about makeup hacks, but if you're going out to somewhere, sometimes, you know, you go to these parties, you're meeting people as like spouses, you're meeting new people, maybe you only know one person there. I feel like if you feel your best while you're getting, you know, ready and you get there, you're just more confident, or at least I am. I'm more confident if I go somewhere and I feel like, oh, I love the way that looks, you know, or I feel like, oh, I look good today. Okay, so we're gonna go in here with, I'm gonna build this up from like an everyday look to building up to a really glam. So we're gonna do that together, just so if you're like, I will never wear a full glam look, I got you. I'm gonna show you a really good one. So this is the Perennial palette by OFIR. This is my favorite palette. It has warm and cool tones, is inspired by nature, and they look good on all skin types, which is amazing. So I'm gonna use kind of this little nutmeg color and tap off your lids just so you don't have any wrinkly lids. If you have a little bit of setting powder left over on your sponge, just tap that on there, and that's going to give you just a nice little surface to get started with. Okay, so we're using that nutmeg color, and this would be what I would call like your basic everyday, my basic everyday. If I have somewhere to go and I have about 30 seconds, like I said, I have 4 kids, so I don't really have time to like spend a lot of time getting ready, but I like to look like I did. So I found these little hacks, and when I learned them, I'm like, why didn't anyone tell me? So the hack is use bronzer or a light brown in your crease, even if you're not going to do any other eyeshadows. Okay, this all of a sudden gives you a much more elevated eyeshadow look. If you want to wear makeup, if you don't wear makeup, that's fine too. I go out all the time with no makeup. But if you're wanting to, or say you're doing like a parent-teacher conference and you just don't want to look like, you know, like no bra and a sweatshirt kind of day, this is a good hack. So I also like to go, I don't really do eyeliner often on my lower lash line. I typically will pick a brown or any sort of color, and I will go with a powder under my eyes just to give a nice warm. So this easily could be a look, just this on its own. Okay, but we're going to a holiday party, so we're not doing just this. We are going like extra. So use the code SECRET when you're shopping and you'll save 20% off site-wide. And then share this video, comment, share below, tag a friend, like for extra entries, and they'll pick a winner, but they're giving away a free palette today. Okay, are you ready? So now we're gonna go in with this golden color right on our inner corner. Okay, this would be level 2. You're going to work, but you have an extra 10 seconds. Also, rookie mistake, I have sleep in my eye. Make sure you get the sleep out of your eye. All right, here we go. So, inner corner, pop in. I used this middle shade right here. So I will also tell you, people ask, what do you recommend to be like the first thing you get from OFIR? If you had to get one thing, what would you get? I would tell you to get a base before getting a bold eyeshadow. I could go out with just my base makeup on from OFIR and some mascara, and my skin looks, not to brag, but OFIR helps my skin look really flawless. But I could use not good makeup for the rest of it and have a great eyeshadow palette, but it doesn't look the same. So I always say, if you're gonna invest, always invest in a good base. Their base products are gonna last you 3 to 6 months. So, I use them almost daily. So that's what they, if you don't use them every single day, then they're going to last you longer. But their products last a long, long time. So they're highly pigmented, highly concentrated. Everything a little goes a long way. So truly, I spend less money on a more expensive makeup because I don't have to replace it every 3 or 4 weeks. There's a ton in there and you only use a pump to a pump and a half. It's so good. So a good base, because if you have good base, everything else looks really, really good, All right, so we're doing that. I want to make sure I'm even. Okay, now we're going in with this gold. It's like a golden green. Look at the pigment on their shadows. It's so good. Okay, so I like to press metallic pigments on. I don't like to use a brush. I'll show you the difference. Hang on. So I also didn't know this when I was getting started. So I've been doing hair and makeup tutorials now for about 9 years. And when I started, I would tell you I was at a beginner level, kindergartner. Had only ever used the same Maybelline 4-pack cream and brown, and had only ever used powder foundation. I did not know anything about makeup. You can always learn, right? So here's the thing. If you want a really pigmented look, use a sponge or your finger and press it on. If you want a soft look, you're gonna take a little fluffy brush and there's a time and place for both, right? And you're going to apply it like this. So if you're wondering, well, my eyeshadow just doesn't ever look like your eyeshadow. Are you using a brush or are you using your finger? Right? Or maybe you're like, love that, but oh, I would feel like crazy if I looked like that. Then go in lighter. You can always build. Okay? So that, I'll show you with another color. Their colors are spectacular. Oh, look at that. We're going to use that today. We're going for it. Okay, so here's what that color looks like if I press it onto my eyelid. Just like that. Now, if I use a brush, and again, there's nothing wrong with either, but in case you're wondering what type of look you want, you're going to get a different look if you use your finger and press it on rather than using a brush, especially a fluffy brush, to fan it out. Now, this brush is perfect for blending, so watch when you go over it with a fluffy brush. Now you're going to be able to get a soft to bold kind of look. Anyways, hope that helps. If you have any friends that love makeup, share this video. Maybe they'll like this too. If you feel like you learned something new, please share. Okay, so we're pressing on the gold. I like to show you guys several different ways to wear something because I understand if I'm going to invest in something, I want to know how can I use it and how many different ways. So I love a palette where I could get 100 different looks out of this palette, or at least a good strong 20. I might be being dramatic with 100, but do you know what I mean? I could give you 20 solid, incredible makeup looks with this palette. Everybody's doing drum rolls. They're about to pick a winner. Okay, so here we go. Going in. Is this dreamy or what? This is when people are going to stop you and be like, oh my gosh, what kind of eyeshadow do you have on? If you have hooded eyes, I recommend doing your crease color a little bit above your actual crease. So this alone is a look. Go back in with your little nutmeg color. And you're going to blend out that little harsh edge. Are you ready for it? Okay, now we're gonna do you want to keep going? Like, we can make this moodier, we can make this more exciting. Just making sure my inner corner is popping. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with this copper. And it's copper on a fluffy brush, so it's not gonna be nearly, we're going in with copper on a finger. Here we go. And so what it's gonna do is it's gonna ombre from gold to like a champagne to like this goldy green to copper. And maybe a little brown. I love makeup so much. Like, I really, I love makeup. I think it is so fun to play in. I think it's amazing what it can do for your confidence. And I just think that it's so cool how it can transform a look. I like being confident in my own skin, that I don't feel like, oh no, someone's gonna see me without makeup on. Used to, I would never ever go out of the house without makeup. Would be so embarrassed if I had seen somebody out in public and I didn't have any on. I don't feel that way anymore. I go out all the time without it. But when I do put it on, or I want to, going in with a little dark right there, I just like being able to do different looks. I just think it is so fun. So with the darker colors, I'm going to recommend that you do, like, less is best. You can always build more, but it is hard if you go too dark to lighten up. So start with just a little. Just making sure sometimes when you start putting stuff on, you move around your pigment. So just making sure I have everything where I want it and that I match. Okay, now we're gonna go under on our lower lash line, and I'm gonna add that dark chocolate to the outer corner. It's gonna open your eyes up a little more, and it's just gonna give you a little extra drama. And I normally go from the outer corner to about middle of my eyeball. I already did that light brown all over. So you can see light brown's all over. And so now I just go in with the dark brown and I only go to the outer corner. That's just gonna give you more open eyes. Yay! Congrats, Deb! I have a winner! Be sure you share, be sure you tag a friend, especially if you find these to be helpful. Or if you like them, or if you think I'm a nice person and that maybe your friends would like watching me too. Whatever the reason, if I brighten your day in any way, I really do appreciate you sharing, or even just commenting, liking, or hopping on with me. All the things. Okay, so now we're gonna go in. I am gonna do a really fun, like, ombre lip look, and I'm gonna do mascara, because we all know that, like, mascara pulls an outfit together. So this is it's called Comfortable Smudge Proof Mascara. This is not the waterproof, although they do have waterproof. Their mascaras have castor oil in them, so they will help lengthen and strengthen your lashes. It's one coat, friends. Okay, a tip to not get mascara on your lids. You can't see from where you are, but I push my neck forward like this. So if you look at it from the side, when I'm doing my mascara, I look like this. But by doing that, it's kind of like a baby doll. It like puts your head back this way, and so you're not touching your eyelid. Whereas if you do this and tilt your head down or straight, you're much more likely to get mascara all over your lid. But if you do this, you don't. But it looks ridiculous. But that's like a little, see, like every time. So when I do that, see from the side, it's just gonna help you not get mascara on your lid. I start at the base and I wiggle up and I kind of rotate my brush. So wiggle and roll. Okay, share this video, comment, share below. The code to get 20% off site-wide is secret. So it's a secret sale. It's only available in the description of this video with that link, and I'll pin it as well. Let's pin this before I forget. If you did want outfit details or jewelry details or anything, or direct links to the products that I'm using today, then drop the word me below and I can get you that. It'll just send you a message. Okay, so I'm gonna be using today, it's the shade Red Clay, and it is actually one of their eyeliners, but I use it on my lips, and I'm serious, it's an all day. So their eyeliners are 24 hours. And so you put this on your lips, and then I'll either use a little bit of chapstick or a lip gloss to go with it. And I'm going to show you the most beautiful ombre lip look. Becky, I hate to disappoint you. My teeth are so white because I got veneers last year. I had 2 cracked teeth, and I had one tooth that when I was young got filed down with a fingernail file, like much shorter than the rest of my teeth. And so it's just something I've always been insecure about. And so I've had Invisalign a few times, and it was either I needed to get just 2 teeth fixed and braces, or go with veneers. And so I did veneers. So if I had a teeth whitening, Adam though, he still has regular teeth. And so I'll link in my Amazon Beauty some of the stuff we use for whitening, or what I used to use before. But thank you. I'm also really bad to call them fake teeth. They're like not fake teeth. They barely shaved down my own, but they did put like almost like press-on nails for my teeth. And anyways, I got a lot of ugly comments for a while about them, but I guess people forgot. And every now and then, but I would rather be honest with you and tell you, hey, that's what's going on. Because I never was able to get them this white. I popped off my nails, like 3 of them, when I was trying to get the dog in the kennel last night, and then another one. So I did that press-on nail thing, and either I did it wrong or I have oily nail beds and they're not gonna work for me. So I'm gonna give it one more try later and put on some nails and press on nails and see if I can get them to last longer. Like put alcohol on my nail beds and then put press-on nails on and see if they last. If not, I don't know if I'm like the best candidate, because I look ridiculous. But I looked really ridiculous when I had like 4 of the 10 missing. So but again, I'll be so honest with you. Like that is something that I've tried to make this whole page about. It's like if I love it, or I'm trying it for the first time, I'm really transparent. If I love it, I love it, and I will tell you. And if I'm like, it's okay, or I would or wouldn't do that again, just try and, because sometimes it's like, hey, I would rather someone just tell me so I could try something different. That's what everyone was saying. Prep is key for getting the nails to stay on. I apparently did not prep. I did file them a little bit. Okay, so OFIR Mascara. Look at that. Your lashes will get longer the longer you use them. Okay, share this video, comment, share below. We're about to do the most beautiful ombre lip you've ever seen. And I say that with confidence because I did it yesterday as a practice for today's live. And I was like, huh, sometimes I impress myself. Because it's just not a traditional way of using these products. And I really do love it. Okay, here we go. Red Clay. This is a eyeliner on OFIR's website, but I'm using it as a lip liner and it looks so good and it lasts so long. Also, all of these colors go so well together. How do you win? So you just share the video, you comment, share below, tag a friend, share the video, and OFIR will pick winners for these cute little palettes. Right here, look at this. This is the Orange Caves. And I might even add a little bit of this orange into this look. Just so if you have both of them, you can see, and now that we're adding a little bit, but I don't know. I love giving you options so you can see different ways to wear it. It's hard to talk and line your lips. Okay, before I get all of this on, I'm gonna take a sip of this really quickly because I feel like I have a tickle in my throat. Sorry, friends. Okay. Pat this off. So I'll show you how their liners work. I'll put it on my hand, give it 1 minute, and it will be totally dry. So in the first like 30 seconds, you can like buff out and smoke it out, right? Like that. And then here in a minute, you'll see how dry it is. Okay, so when I'm doing an ombre, I like to do the outer edges darker. You're gonna look silly for a second. Trust the process. Haven't had surgery yet. I have surgery for a breast lift on Monday. So, nursed 4 babies, and they, when they did my consult, I am 7 inches lower is what they're gonna have to lift. Like, I'm not kidding. Could like lay on my legs. And so I'm really excited. So I'll keep you updated with how that goes. Okay, so right in the middle, you're gonna put your liner. It doesn't even have to be like perfect. Do you know what I mean? Like pretty close. That's what I love about this lip look. Then you're gonna take any, if you want a more brown, if you want like a more brown, you're gonna use a brown lip gloss. If you want a more pink, you're gonna use a pink. Today I'm just gonna use like a neutral. I'm gonna go over this just like this, okay? And I just kind of use my sponge, or what do you call it, applicator, to blend this out. So wherever you have more, this was also an eyeliner, it's called Nude Sickle. So I feel like this side is a little lighter, has a little more. And I just kind of play with it until I get it exactly how I like it. And if you want to do a little darker, anywhere after you've done your lip gloss, you can. Oh, congrats, Sarah. They just announced another winner. Congratulations. Sarah Lorenzo Enos. Woohoo! Oh, Adam Shrek's pulling up. Had to take a wood splitter up to the camp today. We are decorating Camp Swan for Christmas. So we bought a summer camp a year and a half ago, I guess, and we turned all of them into like cute little Airbnbs, and we're decorating for Christmas. So this weekend. So if you, we have a couple already done, and then we're finishing up this weekend. So fun. It's like near Nashville, in between Nashville and Chattanooga. But they're gonna look so cute. I was like giddy getting stuff out of the shed. I was like, it's gonna be like a little winter wonderland. Okay, I love a good ombre lip. It's also one of those people are like, it like throws you off because it's multi-dimensional. And so people are like, what lip color do you have on? Like, it's so good. And so if you used, I'll show you. So even if you used a little more of a pink lip gloss, it changes the look as well. See? So it just depends on, so you use those colors, and then depending on if you want it more plum, more pink, more coral, more brown, use your lip gloss, because that nude sickle is a really pretty nude. And then that red clay is just perfect. Like you get like 6 different, I don't know, whatever. You get so many lip looks. Okay, so we're gonna go in with a little bit of the Orange Caves, just so if you have this palette too, you can see if you wanted to add this golden look, which I think is a 10 out of 10 how it is. But I'm gonna show you just if you add a little bit of this orange. I love orange and golds and orange and browns. Like, this is my whole vibe for fall. Like, if I could have this palette, like these color clothes, like this is what I gravitate to. So I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna put it in the crease right here on a fluffy brush. And then you're gonna notice that because I kind of used the brown and pink lip gloss, like kind of makes you see orange a little up in my eyes. Like, it just ties the two together. You, again, don't have to do this. It looked perfect the way it was with the Perennial palette, but I love these pops of really pigmented colors from their quadratic palettes, just to like using all of them together. And that's also okay. Like, you can use one shade from this palette and another shade from another palette you have, or maybe you already have some stuff from other brands that you love. Like, you can mix and match all your things together to get so many different looks. So I'm going to stand up and show you a full outfit so you can see this dress again now that I'm like completely ready. I'm going to make this side match. So do you see how that kind of just changed the look, adding in like a little bit of that orange? Again, barely touching. These are so pigmented. A little is going to go a long way. So the orange just kind of brightens and softens, and I'm going to do the same thing under my lash line, even though I already have mascara on. It's okay, it's dry. But this time, since I focused that darker brown on the outer corner, I'm going to focus that orange just right here from the outside of my iris to the outside of this, just right there in the middle of my eye. See the difference? They're little subtle things that make a big difference. I love makeup so much. I just think it is so fun. The two colors I used on my lips were the red clay eyeliner and the nude sickle. And then you can use any gloss you want, any chapstick, anything. They're just good to keep in your bag. Okay, so if you use the code SECRET, the code SECRET will save you 20% off site-wide. Now that I've done that, I'm adding like a tiny bit of that brown just blending the two. Okay, you ready for a full outfit? You will be ready for any holiday party that there is. If you need links on anything that I've shown today, anything I'm wearing, any sort of jewelry, makeup, anything, drop the word me and I'll send you a direct link with a list of all the things we talked about today. But are you ready for it? So this is how, when you're sitting, this is how this dress drapes, which I think is really cute. You can also sit this way, take your tag out. Okay, so this is how it drapes, which I think is important to know. Because if you are like insecure about your legs, you might not like the fact that it drapes like this. That's where my other leg was. But when you're standing, here's how it hits on. So you've got this, just like this. Needs a little, it is very slimming right here. It has shoulder pads and a little cute back. So finding colors in your outfit. So finding, before you do your makeup or before you're going somewhere or whatever, when you're thinking about what you want, what I want to recommend is like find colors that are very good for your skin tone, that are very, that you feel confident in, and greens and like rust and tans, browns, those for me make me feel so good. When my hair is pink, I love pinks and neons and bright, but for like currently with my hair color, skin tone, all of that, I love this palette. So finding those, and then I know I can use this eyeshadow palette with everything I wear for fall. I could do so many different looks. So, but this is just an example of like a full, like head to toe, how this look turned out. So, being sure, you know, if you're, pick out what you're gonna wear first and then put your makeup to match, or kind of like stay in your family of these colors look really good on my, like using your perfect, beautiful, wonderful self to your advantage. So like things that are going to be complementary on the color wheel because of your eye color, because of your skin tone, things like that. So anyways, rocking my shoulder pads today. I hope you guys have a good day. If you have questions about anything, you can shoot me a message. What do you think? Would you wear this palette? Drop a heart in the comments below if you feel like this is something you would wear. What shades did I use today? So I used the OFIR Perennial palette. Use the code SECRET to save. And we kind of built up. So this is like a full glam. This is definitely not a one-step makeup look, but I'll go over it really quick. So I used this in my crease, which is like this light brown. And then I pressed gold onto my eyelid. I used this champagne color on my inner corner. Then I used this dark brown kind of on the outer here and a little in my crease. I also used this copper right on the outer corner. And then after it was all done and I did my lips, I felt like, maybe it would be really cute if we added a little orange. And I did this color here, the Red Earth from the from the Orange Caves Quadratic. Everything I used today was from OFIR. If you have questions about anything, you can send me a message. They do have a foundation finder on their website. So what that means is you put in the foundation that you wear from another brand and it tells you what shade you need from them. So all these hearts, lots of people loving this look today. Me too. If you guys wear it, tag me, send me a picture. I love seeing pictures of people's like before and after skincare. I love seeing pictures of people's makeup. If you don't already follow me and you like videos like this, be sure you follow me here. I also have an Instagram. It's Courtney Swan, Courtney with no U. You can follow me there. I do lots of like clothing try on hauls, makeup looks, hair tutorials, all the things. So if you feel like, and then just kind of hot mess mom life. So if you like content like that, be sure you follow or turn your notifications on. And here to hang out with you. So anyways, I hope you guys have a good day. If you wear this look to a holiday party, please tag me, or if you just wear it to anything else, or if you try something that we ever talk about. I love it when you guys tag me in those, like on Instagram, or send me a picture here of what you've done. It just makes my heart so happy. So anyways, hope you guys have a good day. Bye y'all.